to say. If you stay disciplined towards a goal long enough, there comes a point where you don't need discipline anymore because it becomes habit. That's true. Being disciplined on a new goal is only a temporary challenge to get over. That's absolutely true and correct. And, me and Danelle had this talk not too long ago. All right, here we go.
I'm gonna let Josh pronounce this for you guys.
Rosalinda Quintero.
Rosalinda Quintero.
What would you do if you can't find literally no keywords for clients' industry? There's only like 2. That's fine. I've done this.
Yep.
So out in Castle Rock, Colorado, ran a concrete company out there, lead gen. And when I first started, there was 1 keyword with like 10 or 20 searches a month. Okay. Kicked it off anyway because this guy was like, hey, I don't care. I'll pay you. I'll give you a percentage of every job I bring in. And so to me, it was like, okay, even if I could just get him 1 job, it's worth it. Well, we put that thing up, and I'm telling you, within 3 months, first it went straight up to the top, right? Like 3 weeks straight to the top. Within the first 3 months, I'm talking the phone rang. Like it started, I think 30 calls the first month, 50 calls the next month, 80 calls the next month. And still, when I look on Ahrefs to this day, it's still only 2 keywords, I think. 1 or 2 keywords, yet the thing produces. So my question to you is, what is the service high enough to where, if there is only 2 keywords, that it's still going to bring him a lot of value? Because if it's like concrete where they're making a 50% profit margin and most jobs are between $6,000 to $9,000 a job, then yeah, it's worth it, right? It's worth it to put it up for him. Even if he gets 1 job, you take that chance. And a lot of times you're going to get way more calls. You're going to get way more searches than that. Okay. So like figure that out. But if it's a hair salon and there's only a couple little tiny keywords and it's like, 10 searches, 15 searches, then I would ask myself, can he really pay me what I'm worth, right? Like, is there going to be enough business here at that point doing $15 haircuts to where he can pay me $500,000 a month? So that's what I would circle back with. Okay. Let's keep going. Love new formatting featuring the family member asking the question. Maybe Robert Parrish will be on an outfit for the next week. Absolutely. We'll get Robert on here. Robert's a badass. I love that dude. Exactly. Let's see. I am going to keep going. Let's see what Devin has to say. If you stay disciplined towards a goal long enough, there comes a point where you don't need discipline anymore because it becomes habit. That's true. Being disciplined on a new goal is only a temporary challenge to get over. That's absolutely true and correct. And, me and Danelle had this talk not too long ago because obviously she's just hitting the gym again and stuff. And she was like, she had to push herself to get out of bed. She had to push herself to get in there and actually just keep going, right? But after about, 3 weeks?
Yeah.
After about 3 weeks, it becomes what we call a habit, right? And you start to gain benefits from it. So you start feeling more energized. You start feeling this. You start to see the website ranking. You start to see it going live. You start to see things that are going to make that or solidify that habit, right? And so your mind will start looking for the positive at that point. When you first start anything in life, you're going to be trying to pick out the negative, the downside, the challenging stuff to have to get over, right?
Because your brain is literally like a computer, right? Guys, like we're all no different. There are things we like to do. There's things we don't. There are thought processes in which we utilize each and every day unconsciously. And so when you do create a new habit, like most of you inside of this group, if you're brand spanking new, you haven't built your agency site yet, you have no idea what building a website looks like. Whereas somebody more seasoned, like let's say Josh Osborne, Kylie, the people who have really put in the work to understand that they could probably build a website in, an hour if there was a gun to their head, right? Like they have that muscle memory. And so just going into understanding that we are all like computers. You are programming yourself each and every day. And to Devin's exact comment, it's like being disciplined on a new goal is only temporary because it gets to that place, like I was saying about 15 minutes ago, where you want to get in there and build another lead gen. You want to help another business owner. You want to have that servant's heart to be able to give back to people, show the community that you support small business, right? Like there's just so many different reasons why somebody does what they do. And it all stems back to having that discipline, that consistency each and every day to move the needle forward, to understand that there are going to be times where you don't feel like doing something. However, it is so a part of your DNA and each and every one of you that you go, hey, you know what? I may not feel like doing this today. It needs to get done. So it's happening.
Yeah. I truly believe that, challenges are what make life interesting, right? And then solving those challenges are getting past those challenging things are what make life freaking like meaningful, right? It's like it's what we're put on this planet for. So don't run away from challenges, run at them. Don't run away from fear, run at it. That's what you guys are trained to do in here. And like Devin said, get disciplined towards those goals and understand that it's a temporary problem that you're going through when you're facing these challenges, because you will create a habit out of them and they become easy. Go ahead.
Sorry. I get so excited when we talk about this stuff because it's like most people think that success is something that's optional, that living a life that's meaningful or challenging is an option, right? Like success is your duty. Success is an obligation. To be able to wake up each and every day and become a better version of yourself takes consistency. It takes never giving up, right? I don't care how many times you fall down. I tell my kids this all the time. It doesn't matter how many times you fall down. How many times are you getting back up?